Well, welcome to the overnight. It's been a while since I did one of these things. And it's almost Labor Day. And football season starts in 6 days. And Cowboys, Eagles. Cowboys made some noise yesterday, trading their best defensive player to the Packers. And I'll tell you why later on in this video, why this affects the Giants. And I'm going to talk about the Yankees. Once again, beating up on bottom feeder teams. But, you know, when it comes to playing the good teams, they suddenly forget how to fucking play fundamental baseball. You know, and so they fucking romped again, 10-4 against the White Sox and whatnot. You know, I just think that this team's going to get ousted by Seattle. I just see it. Because unless after this series, they have 2 big series with Houston and Toronto, and that will pretty much show you, you know, what they have and what they're going to be come September, October. And they can't beat fucking Toronto. They can't beat Boston. Like, take away, they're like 12-20 against the playoff teams. And almost half those wins are against Seattle. So, you know, I don't get it. I said it, you know, can you really trust this team down the stretch? Can you trust their pitching? You know, when you're going into the playoffs with 2 rookie pitchers and a pitcher who just came off Rookie of the Year, you know, and you got Farid and you got Renone. And if the offense fucking does what it's been doing, you know, but you know Stanton's gonna, you know, is a playoff beast. You know, you're hoping that he fucking continues that, and hoping Bellinger can continue to do what he's been doing and whatnot, and Rice, and those are big keys. But you know, I expect this team to win 3 out of 4, or split against the White Sox, because it's, you know, this is a bottom feeder team. They should beat this team no problem, and whatnot. So, be that as it may, you know, and you got fucking Jazz Chisholm. He needs to shut his fucking mouth that they're gonna win the World Series. You need to fucking pump the brakes with that shit. You really do. Because, you know, unless they have another manager besides Aaron Boone managing this team, they're not going to win. Because, you got fucking a monster bullpen, and yet fucking Aaron Boone at times can't fucking figure it out. You know, he makes these fucking idiotic moves where, how do you bring in David Bednar off 4 fucking runs? He's done that 3 times in the last fucking, like, week and a half. Like, come on. Like, really? Especially against the fucking Nats? I mean, come on. Like, fucking seriously. So, I don't know. That's about it for the fucking, for the Yankees. You know, and now I'm going to talk about the Giants. Yes, they had an impressive preseason. They did. The one thing that I noticed, and it needed to be fixed before the season, that was the most important thing, and that was the culture. Russell Wilson has brought the culture, the positive culture, back to this franchise. And he has. And before we even get fucking giddy about Jackson Dart, you know, I know a lot of Giant fans are so, giddy about Dart and had a really impressive preseason. I take preseason, I just don't take it at all. I just, it's, they scored more points in these 3 games than they did in the last 2 preseasons. And almost 65% of those points were in the second half against third and fourth teamers. So that right there, that's just a mirage. And if people really noticed that Dable only had Dart go up tempo. You didn't see it with Wilson. You didn't see it with Winston. You didn't see it with DeVito. You saw it with Dart to make him comfortable. Yes, he's made some good throws, but you ain't gonna see him until probably week 15 or week 16. And if this team, with the way of what's been happening with Washington, with their, and with Dallas, what happened today, there's no excuse why this team cannot come out of the box 2-2. They could be Washington. They could be Dallas. Their defense is horrible. And with Green Bay, trading for Micah Parsons, and he got, his 4-year, $188 million extension. Think about this. If Abdul Carter is as advertised, and some analysts think he's going to be better than Micah Parsons, by come year 4, Abdul Carter is going to go to either Joe Shane, what GM is going to be. He's going to fucking want $50 million. Now, we could possibly pay him, because I don't think Kayvon's going to be on the team. Brian Burns' contract will be up by then. And hopefully the salary cap goes up by $30 million by that in the next 3 years. And Malik Neighbors probably needs to get paid because he's our best offensive playmaker. So I want Giant fans to fucking realize this. Yeah, you're happy that Micah Parsons is out of the fucking NFC East, but we still have to play the Packers this year. So we are going to face them again just once this year. It's still the fact that what was been happening in Dallas could potentially happen here. Because he wants when he wants that new deal, he's going to command that much money. I mean, I'm predicting him being Defensive Rookie of the Year. And I think he's going to be better than Parsons. So, be that as it may, but I just think that Giant fans, I understand that they're giddy about Jackson Dart. I understand that they're really giddy about the start of the season. And rightfully so. But the way they played, but it's the preseason. They play at half speed. The coverages are different. It's vanilla defenses. So We'll see what happens. In 9 days. I'm so excited about the defense. But the one thing that I wanted to see fixed before anything else was the culture. And Russell Wilson has done that. Now let's see if it translates to the regular season, because that's what it's needed. Because if this team starts off slow like it normally does, we'll see how much positivity comes out of that locker room. But we'll see. We'll see. But like I said, I think we could come out of the box 2-2. And that would be really good. Especially for the fucking schedule that we have. But if we start off 1-3 or 0-4, I'm still predicting that Brian Dable's done in week 8. But we'll see. We will see. Joe Schoen's job, I think, is safe. He did what he needed to do. Now it's up to Dable. And I have no confidence in him or Mike Kafka, you know. But we'll see what happens. But that's what I needed to say about, you know, like I said, I haven't done, you know, one of these in a while. You know, last weekend with the Yankees getting embarrassed by the Red Sox because they can't beat them, you know. It doesn't matter. You know, they can fucking bludgeon teams like Tampa and hit 14 home runs in 2 games. But when it comes to playing Boston, they can't fucking do a thing. They forget how to play baseball fundamentally and shit like that. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's a Labor Day weekend. Football season's around the corner. You know, the Yankees are almost playoff bound. I mean, like I said, the series against Toronto is going to be huge. I think that Toronto, if we take the series against Toronto or even miraculously sweep, then we have a chance in division. I just don't think I think we're going to be a lock for the wild card, unless this team falls apart in the beginning of September, because the second half of of the month is easy. So, all right, so everybody have a good Labor Day weekend, and I will probably do another video probably before the season for the Giants. So that's about that.